welcome to another vlog. So, how you are doing? This one's going to be slightly different. In this video, we're going to be talking about Notion. So, a little bit of a backstory. With all the changes that's going on in my life right now, quite a few of them, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I suggest you watch my last vlog, but I'm in a brand new space. Life has changed completely for me in the past month. So life's all been very up in the air and I've been wanting to, well, basically get my life back together and use this as an opportunity to be able to kind of like keep going and stay on track with things and don't let this big happening of a move change how things work. So I've dabbled many a times in various different types of planning, and I've tried digital, I've tried physical planning, bullet journaling, and I love the creative aspect that comes with bullet journaling, but right now my life is so all over the place that I need something that's a lot more flexible. So I wanted to try dabbling a bit more into digital things, and of course in my research probably one of the best things that appeared was Notion. So after kind of falling in love with Notion, I kind of went straight to YouTube first. And this is where I basically watched a load of videos from a load of different creators, more on the small business end, to see how they adapted their Notion to work for them. I'm going to link a couple of videos down in the description, so if you fancy going checking out these other creators, please go give them some love. I always love sharing any creators that have inspired me or giving me some knowledge. So after watching a load of YouTube videos and messing around with a few templates, especially Apple Cheeks' template, her template has helped me a lot of how to figure out how the basics of Notion work, and my template is very loosely based off of hers, at least the weekly spread. So after watching a load of YouTube videos, I've basically spent the last 2 weeks, when I wasn't packing boxes and moving, I've basically just been messing around with Notion and just having a play really. And I've come up with basically I have my Notion, I think, down to a T now. I've used it for the last 2 weeks and it's working well for me, and basically we're going to pop onto the computer in a moment and I'm going to show you through how I use Notion to help me organise the chaos that is going on in my life right now, as well as I will be giving you the template version at the end of this video, so if you want to that, please wait to the end, as well as I will be giving you a full tour and some tips and tricks and some basics as well. So in case you are a newbie, you're like I was, and you need a little bit of a hand just to start off, I will be giving that as well. Also, before I get any further, I just want to let you know this isn't sponsored. I know Notion is a company that is sponsoring a lot of creators. Sadly, I am not one of those yet. Maybe one day, who knows? But this video is completely my opinion, and I just really enjoyed using Notion and I really wanted to share with you guys so you can maybe organise your lives as well. So, without further ado, shall we go to the computer? I have just opened up my Notion and I've opened up on an untitled page. So I thought we'd start where probably all of you guys will start as well, and that is with a blank page on your Notion. Like, that's kind of how we all started out. So I'm just going to teach you a few couple of little basic things just to help you start going, and then if you adapt these as well as using my template, then I think you're good to go, really. I don't really, only if there's certain aspects you really want to kind of indulge in, but for the basics I think this kind of works. So you start off with an empty page. Now you've got 2 different ways you can have your page. You can have it a short width, which is about this big, or you can have a full width. This depends on what you want to use this page for, but majority of people start with like a dashboard where you can kind of link everything to and then add each and more pages in between. So you've kind of got like an index or a home that then goes to all the different aspects that you want to use Notion for. So majority of the time I do go with a full width, and you'll write your title here. So let's write Kelly's Creations, for example. Now you've got loads of little options here. You've got, for example, you can add a little icon. So let's put a purple heart. Now also you can add a cover. It will generate like a stock photo cover, and you can upload an image or link an image, or using their gallery or Unsplash. Let's use this just for now, and I'm going to reposition it, bring it up, and there we go. So let's change this to a star. So we've now got a basis of a hub, really. Like, this is a page, we've got a lovely little icon, and we've got our cover. Now you can also add some fun things, like for example here in your icons, you can also put links. So for example, I'm just going to open up here Giphy and I'm going to look for a star sticker. Okay, let's say I've got a link to a GIF I really want to use as my icon. I'm just going to paste that in there. And it's cut off. Lovely. But look, it's moving and it's GIFing. So you can add some fun aspects here as well to customize this completely to yours. Now in your page, you can start off with using a template, or you can build from scratch with an empty page. Here on our blank page, we've got two things. So it's saying to press space for AI, / for commands. We've got these two buttons here. So these 6 dots are basically your options menu for this section. So you can search for aspects, you can delete it, duplicate it, turn it into a page. You can add colors and change the color of the text. Then on the plus is where you can change basically the same thing as the commands. So you can just have text, or you can add a page, a to-do list. So for example, we want to put heading 1. So this week. Now this is very bland, so I'm going to go to the options of this little section. I'm going to change the colour of the text to, should we do a background? Let's do a blue background. So now this is put this week here. Let's put, for example, the dates or the month. And now we could go put in a smaller heading. So let's do this one here. And see, it's very simple. You can just add things. And let's say, okay, I basically want this to be my to-do list for Monday. So now I'm going to add a command in. So I'm going to go /, which is coming up the same options as the plus, but this makes it a lot easier. And I'm going to literally just write to do. And we've got here to-do list. So now I've got a little square and I can just write whatever I need right here, and then press enter and keep going. We can do simple lists like this, and there's fun things you can do. So I can now change this, for example, to purple, and we can now, if we want, put here Tuesday. Let's put that as a heading. Let's start again. Delete. Let's put in heading 2 and let's put Tuesday. We're going to change the colour to purple. And so I can use this and I can drag it all over the place. So let's say, for example, I want to have it next to the Monday. So I'm going to drag it all over to the end here until I see it popping to the side. And there we go. And now these I'm going to add just under the Monday. And now here I can go underneath and write /to do. And now I can do Tuesday. So let's say for tomorrow I want to change Etsy listings. There we go. And I can continue doing the to-dos as I go down and add in some more days. So these are a few basic things. Then you can add some fun things as well. So let's say we can add a page down here. So let's add a page and we're going to call this our calendar. So I can now put here, look, we've got loads of little options here. We can put a table, whatever. We're going to add a calendar and we're going to create a new database source. And now we've basically, and that's spelled wrong up there, lovely. And now we've basically got a calendar where we can plan everything, all of the things that are happening, and it's back in this little space here. So I could put this up here and we could have multiple things. All of this can be put into a page and put onto here. So let's say, for example, let's add another page down here. And this is going to be our week. And now we do the same prepping of Monday and the slash to do, and we could continue on. And this basically gives you another page here. I can move this up here and, for example, around here. And we can put all of these into here as well. Like I can select these and move them into week. So they are now here ready, and we can change this and adapt this as well as we've done here. And we've got like a cute little dashboard going, and now you can change all the icons of your pages. So you can have any kind of emoji. There's also some icons, and of course you can add your custom GIFs. Now, one thing I like to do when it comes to like changing the covers, so I can have something fun each time, I like to use Pinterest, and I just search like Notion covers and just copy the link of those into here, and it all works perfectly. Same as you kind of do with Giphy or any place you can get like animated stickers, works perfectly. So those are kind of the basics to Notion. And now we're going to get into my Notion tour. Okay, so now we're on to the fun bit, my Notion tour. So here we have my dashboard, and there are a lot of fun things that I can show you how I've done them, that if you fancy to use these on your Notion as well, it's a lot easier explaining something that's there. I will explain as I'm going through. So this is my dashboard. This is the world of purple because, well, this is my life. I've got a cute little GIF here, and I've got my lovely pattern up here. So on my dashboard, I have basically, this is the most important area here, and the rest is more just decorative. So I've got a few little images going down here, which to add an image, it is so easy. You can just press the plus, scroll down, and then you can just put up an image and upload it there. And then to do these little strips here, all I did was on a new line, I just changed the colour of the line itself to purple, and just left it without anything else in it. So that's kind of how we've done it. I've divided this into kind of 3 columns. So I've got all my main areas here. I've got the weather at the moment, which is relatively decent other than it's very windy and cold. I've got my little Spotify playlist here. If you want to do this, all you need to do is copy the emmed link from your Spotify and paste it into here. So for example, let me get a different playlist to give you an example. So I have a playlist that is 24 hours of music, and I am just going to share emmed playlist, and it will basically give me the link, and I've copied that. Now I'm just going to go into Notion and I'm going to paste the link. It's this link here. So I'm now just going to copy this. Oh, wait. Copy link and paste that and create emmed. And I'm just going to delete this. And there we go. You can then adjust this however you fancy. It can be all the way along the bottom. It can be really long and thin. And in Spotify itself, you can adjust the colors and things as well, just before you copy the link. So that's how you can add your playlist. So I made sure that my normal playlist, I put kind of a matching cover art and changed the background color, so it all kind of matches. Now let's go to the other important aspects here in the middle. So I have various different pages. I've got a weekly page, I've got my monthly calendar, I've got a place just to drop everything that's in my brain into a place. If I just need to write it down, I'll write it down there. I've got YouTube, which has some other bits inside, and I've got my shop dashboard. So this is how I've kind of adapted it for me. Like, I've got some other things on my private area down here. I've got like my crochet patterns, and I will be adding one for the restaurant and all of other things, but this is mostly to do with all of my kind of online and a little bit of personal involved. I think it will all kind of, this will be the hub of everything. So let's start off with weekly agendas. In my weekly agendas, I have another mini dashboard, just another place to kind of keep information. So I've got a cute little cover up at the top here, and we've got our weekly agendas. So my current week is here. I've got a blank week here, which is what I copy to start off every week. And then I've got my past weeks down here in drop down menus. So if there's anything I want to go back and reference, I can go through there. So for example, how I'd start a new week is I'd take this here and I'd duplicate that. Okay, there we go. Here we have our duplicated version. So what I would do is I would rename this in a second, and I'd move it over to my current week, and then I'd move this week, which had already gone by, for example, into here. So then I'd change the title to with the dates of that current week, but we don't need that right now, so I'm going to delete that. So started a new week today, so I filled in this, and I'm just going to open it up, and this is my week basically. So this is full transparency. This has my exact week on it, and I've got a different cover going for this week. Every week I like to change up the covers just to have something different. I've got a little quote going here. You can change up the quotes. At the moment, if you just copy and paste it, it will kind of change things up. The template has a few different things than what's here, but it's mostly just a template version of this. I've got a few extra pages here and there, but we've got up here. So this is the current week that we're at. I've got some priorities up here, and if I press these buttons, it will create a to-do ready for me, so I don't have to do the slash to do. And to create a button, it's quite easy. So oops, so if I go slash, and let's see, where are the buttons? Create a button, and now let's say, for example, list. So when the button's clicked, what do we want to happen? We want it to insert something, and we'll put here the slash to do. So done. So now every time you'd click that, that would happen. So I've already got this, so I don't need it. But that's just how you can create buttons, and you can change all of like the things that they do. So you can put any command in here. So if you have a place where you want to add images, you could literally do slash image here, and you just press the button and it creates straight away the image, and you just have to upload it. All sorts of things you can add into this. So I have my week divided up like this. I find it a lot easier to kind of go through, and as I get things done, I drag them and put them in here. So I like to keep this open to see what I've done, but then at the end of the day, it's really satisfying that everything's ticked off and in like the done section, and you have the satisfying of like the pulling into the done area. And if it's just occupying too much space, I toggle it, or if it's on a different day. I've got a brain dump just in case if there's any like random information I need to type out. I've got a habit tracker here, so if there's any habits I'm tracking, which I am, I can just tick them off. I've got a straight directory to my brain farts page, which I'll get to in a minute. And if there's any unfinished projects or to-dos from this week, I will put them here, and I will check this when I'm doing next week's page and filling that out, so it's kind of highlighting what I've missed at the moment. So that's the basics of my weekly page. And this here, it doesn't necessarily connect to anything. This is more just a place of kind of a big to-do list for the week. Where I have things that really connect is over in my calendar, which is where we're going to go to next. So back to the World of Purple dashboard, I'm going to click on calendar. As well as you've got all of the pages here on the side, you've got all of them up at the top here as well. So this kind of works as like your tabs, as well as here as well. So at the moment, this is my basic calendar and is full of everything at the moment. So you can kind of see things that are going to be coming up soon. But it's here where I kind of change things up and categorize things, and where I join both personal, shop, and YouTube calendars. So this is just the calendar overall view, and up here I've got a table. Now this is where I've got all of the things. So everything I've put on the calendar goes here, and it's got a status, see if it's done. So down here is like a lot of stuff that hasn't been started yet, but is in the works to be done, or it's just on the list to do. We've got the dates, it's on the calendar, and then we've got its tags. So around here is where I categorize. So for example, edit and upload vlogs is under the shop and under YouTube. So I can also go here to my board, and I can see this is everything I need to do for YouTube. This is everything I need to do for Etsy. This is everything for Instagram, and this is everything that's personal, and that's all of the restaurant stuff. And then in each one of these, you can create a page and adjust all of the different things to it. So let's say, for example, on today's, this one, Etsy listings. So here I've clicked on this and it showed up. So the tags we've put in is its status and the tags and the date. So I could comment here, we could add a different property if we fancy. So we could even add like the date it needs to be posted. For example, we can add another date, and this date can be post date or due date, let's put it that way. So for example, I needed this to be due for Friday. And now here is where you can customize things. Sometimes when it's for a video and I just need a place to pop some links, or I've got an idea in my head of what I want to say, I would just start typing it out here. You can add to-dos, so you can continue adding another page into this. You could add a table. You can add toggling lists. So now in here I could put, okay, listing one, list, and then in here I can go change, let's do slash to do, change title, change price, change tags, attributes, for example, and then I can toggle that, and when it's done, just click them off. Okay, so as you can see, it's really easy to kind of customize this to however you fancy, and then you can use all of these different things. So for example, I want to see what I haven't done yet, so I can go to here and see, or over here I can check how I'm doing, and in the calendar as well. And these are easy just to drag and drop to move around from day to day. Then let's go back to our dashboard, and now let's go to the brain farts area. So this is just, I just write things here. that's it, simple. It's just a page just to write things that then gets passed on to either the calendar or gets passed on to the weekly agendas, depending. It's sometimes just things I'm just like, oh, can't forget, I need to buy that, but I don't know when or what or how, so it's just written down. Now let's go to my YouTube. So in my YouTube, I've got this lovely subscriber counter, which how you can do this is with emmed code links as well. So you can just search on Google subscriber counter emmed link thing and just paste that in here. Simple as. There are multiple different places online you can get that. And here I've got my vlog brain dump. So this is got all of my vlogs coming at the time. And if there's like, I just need to write ideas and things, I plop it down here. Then I've got my YouTube schedule. So here, this is basically just all of the things that are tagged with YouTube. So I've selected this calendar to only show up the things that are tagged YouTube from the other main calendar. So here, if I'm just looking around or planning my videos, it's a lot easier to see it when it's not mixed about with all of the other stuff. And I can kind of see, or you see like these are all the other hidden groups and things, but then I can click into these and I can add all the information I need to add to, or all of the tasks I need to do for that video. But I also, in the brain dump, I do have a calendar view as well, just in case while I'm like typing I just want to quickly reference back. It's all both there as well. So for example, for today's video that I am currently showing you, I have created a whole page where I have listed all of the things, writing out a few things I've wanted to say, and that's all there. So that's kind of that. Now we go on to shop dashboard, which is still for me to fill out properly. I'm still kind of, as I'm going through this, I am filling it out. So on my shop dashboard, I am going to be using these main aspects. So I've got quick links, and in here I have the links to my Etsy, Gumroad, YouTube, website. I've keeping them under these little toggles because the links occupy a lot of space. I like to keep them like this because they're easier to click and it goes straight to whatever I've just clicked. So it's keeping them nice and easy. You could also add images here, but this is literally just a quick place for me to drop all of my links. So if while I'm editing a video or I need a quick link, it just makes everything easier. Then I've got menus and materials. So this is where I have linked certain materials I use often, all of the links, so it's all in one place, so I don't have to keep looking on all of the 1,000 different websites that I use for my materials and try and find them, or bookmarking them. It occupies a lot of space on my web browser. So here I have all of the links of my products I use, and then if someone asks me as well, where do you get your tote bags? I can then go here, copy that link and send it to them instead of going through my Amazon trying to find the link for it. Then we have product planning, which these are just where I'm at the moment putting ideas down, and then in the future I will be making these into pages to elaborate on how to progress with that product. At the moment it's just a place of putting product ideas at the moment. Now I've got postage prices. So this is very handy to have, and I'm glad I did this because it means I was able to easily update my postage prices. So I've created a little table where I have put the weights and the countries and the prices of how much it would cost to send things. So when I am doing the customs and the prices, it's easier for me to gauge kind of the pricing of how much does it cost to post at the moment, because it's very expensive. So yeah, as you can see, the prices have gone up quite a bit now. So I've had to adjust those on Etsy as well, sadly, but hey, it's the reality of world at the moment. Then I've got product weights, where this is where I've been putting, I've got a little simple table, not a database table, just a little like normal Excel kind of table where I've got the type of product and how much it weighs. So when I'm doing the customs forms, it's a lot easier for me to remember the weight of the product itself. So this is up to you whether you use something like this or not. Then I've got notebook dimensions. So certain notebooks have certain different dimensions, and for the templates and things, this is where I'm just going to plop all of that information that I haven't yet passed over. At the moment it's still all in like sticky notes, so I want to be putting all of that over here. Then I've got my expense tracker, so this is like my expenses for the shop, and I really want to start tracking that, so that's there as well. Now, that is the tour of my Notion, and now I'm just going to run you through the template, and that will be it for this video. This is the template for World of Purple. This is what you guys are going to be getting the link to, and this is what you guys are going to be able to adjust to work for you. So get creative, change colours, have fun with it, do whatever you fancy. So we've got the same kind of setup as in mine, but it is without any information. It is a template. So we've got the little GIFs. I've kept my playlist here in case any of you would like to have a listen to my playlist. You're more than welcome to. Instead of the weather, I have put a clock. Now, you can get different widgets on different websites. That I'd say take some time and investigate and try and find some. There are quite a lot of free ones and you can adjust them, but at the moment this has got a GMT time and date in purple, but if you go to Notion widgets you can adjust maybe the colours and things like that to work for you. So you've also got all of the same tabs I have, so it is exactly the same. You've got your weekly agendas. I have kept one here kind of half started, so you can adjust that as well. You've got your blank one and you've got your place to put your past weeks. You've got your calendar template, which is right here and blank, ready with table and board. This you're going to have to adjust your own tags and things, but you do you. Now we've got your brain fart situation, which I got you guys a lovely little GIF here for all your brain farts. Then we've got a YouTube area. You can change this to be whatever you fancy. I have kept this here just in case you want to be able to add one yourself. This will go straight to the website I did use, and you can adjust to change it to yours if you fancy. And you have, this is going to be deleted. Empty page. And yeah, there we go. Everything's still blank for you. You can adjust all of the covers, everything. And then same with the shop dashboard. I have left these here. They are just more of a blank version, so you can adjust this to however you fancy. Most of them I have kept blank. This one has been set up ready for a table, so you can fill this out. The postage price is ready for you. And product weights has also got a table here ready for you to use as well. Now you can delete any of these pages just by using these three dots and deleting them. You can also duplicate them if you like the style of how it is. Then you can just adjust some slight things as well using the three dots to duplicate. You can also open them in new windows or side peek, so if you just fancy a quick look without having to open the full page. So the link to this will be in the description, so you'll be able to have access to this straight away. It will basically be giving you this link, and let's have a look. So basically the link will be open like this, and you're going to want to duplicate, and this will duplicate into your own Notion, and it will appear here on the side like this template, and then you can adjust and personalize it to your liking. So I hope you enjoyed this different style of video. I quite enjoyed making this and explaining you guys a bit about my Notion. And I really had fun making that, and I'm really enjoying using it. So let me know down below if you're going to try out the template. You're more than welcome to. Link is down below in the description. I will also be leaving all the links to all the videos that I have encountered, that enjoyed and learnt a lot from other creators in the description. Why don't you comment down below a purple heart for the world of purple, and I will see you guys next week with another vlog. Bye!